Hello again, guys. We are back for some more long division practice with 3-digit dividends. Okay, in video 3, we started 3-digit dividend division, but this is going to be a little bit different. Okay, in that video, when we started dividing with our first digit of our dividend, it would divide. Okay. In these two problems that I'm about to go through, you cannot divide the first digit by the divisor. And here's what I mean by that, okay? So, just like we did before, I'm going to underline that 2, okay? I'm going to divide, or try to divide, the 2 divided by 5, okay? Here's the problem with that, okay? Here's what that means. That means I have a total of 2 paper clips. Okay, that's what the dividend means. That's your total. Okay, it's not possible for me to take a group of 5 paper clips out because I only have 2 of them. Okay, so we're going to say that 2 divided by 5 is going to be 0 because we cannot take any groups of 5 out of 2. Okay, and again, that 0 is a quotient. Even though it's 0, it is a quotient. Okay, so it's going to come up here. I'm going to place that 0 there above the 2. Okay, now from here, since I could not divide the 2, I'm going to stretch my underline to include just the second digit. Okay, and you only do this when you're not able to divide that first digit in the dividend divide by 5, okay? So when that first digit is less than your divisor, you're gonna have to stretch your underline to include the second digit, okay? So now we're going to divide 28 divided by 5. Okay, so I'm gonna think about my multiples of 5. Can use your hashtag. We have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and 45. Okay, so I have a total of 28, and I'm trying to take out as many groups of 5 as I can without going over 28. So I'm going to look at my multiples, and I'm going to see how close I can get without going over 28. That's going to be this 25 right here. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups, okay? It's 5 groups, okay? So that 5 is the quotient. I've got to put it up here where the quotients go. All right? So now this is going to count as my first division problem. So I'm going to mark off that D for division. Next, I need to multiply, okay? So when I've placed a 0 for the first digit for my quotient, only thing I'm going to multiply here are the digits after the 0. I'm not going to worry about multiplying the 0 times the 5, okay? So I'm going to take the 5 that I just put up here from over here, multiply it times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. So that's going to go directly underneath what I underlined. That's why I'm having you underline. It tells you where you need to put that factor when you multiply. Okay, 5 times 5 is 25. Okay, so I forgot my little multiplication sign. All right, so we've multiplied. Now I need to subtract. So I'm going to subtract 28 minus 25. Okay, 8 minus 5 is 3. Okay, so I've subtracted. Now I need to bring down. Okay, so I have a 0 over here that I need to bring down, and it's going to go next to that 3. So now I have the number 30. Okay, so I've brought down. Next, I need to repeat. Go back and start the process over again with division. And remember, after we've divided up here the first time, we don't divide from there anymore. We divide from down here. Okay, so I'm going to divide 30 divided by 5. 30 divided by 5. Okay, well, you can see over here by your multiples, or if you know those multiplication facts, you know that 30 divided by 5 is going to be 6. Okay, that 6 is, remember, it's a quotient, so it's going to go up here where the quotients go. So I put a 6 there. Okay, so I've divided again. Now I need to multiply. So I'm going to take the 6 that I just placed up here, and I'm going to multiply it times my divisor of 5. Okay, 6 times 5 is 30. So that's going to go down here under the 30 that we had as a remainder. Okay, marked off my multiplication. Now I need to subtract. So I'm going to subtract 30 minus 30, which leaves me with 0. So I've subtracted. Okay, my next step would be to bring down, but there's nothing to bring down here. Okay, so that automatically makes me think that I might be done. Okay, so we can check off number 1, there's nothing left to bring down. Number 2, is our remainder smaller than our divisor? Yes, it is. 0 is smaller than 5. Number 3, do all of the digits in the dividend have a digit above them? Yes, they do. The 2 has a 0, the 8 has a 5, and the 0 has a 6. Okay, so that means I'm done dividing. Now I need to check with multiplication. So I'm going to take my 56 and I'm going to multiply it times 5, and hopefully I will get 280. 5 times 6 is 30, so I'm going to write my 0, carry my 3. 5 times 5 is 25, plus the extra 3 is going to be 28. And looky there, it matches. Okay, so we did it correctly. Our answer would be 56 with a remainder of 0. Okay, next problem. 336 divided by 6. Okay, so if I look at that first digit, you notice if I'm dividing that 3 divided by 6, you can see that your dividend is smaller than your divisor. Okay, so again, if I use the paper clips again, this means that I have 3 paper clips. Okay, I have a total of 3. Can I take 6 paper clips out if I only have 3? No, I cannot take any groups. Okay, I can take 0 groups. Okay, remember that is a quotient, so I'm going to put that above the 3 that I underlined because I wasn't able to take any groups of 6 out of 3 because there's just not enough there. Okay, so when that happens, when you have to put a 0 first in your quotient, that means that you're going to have to stretch this line to include the next digit behind it. Okay, so now since we couldn't divide 3 divided by 6, we're going to try and divide 33 divided by 6. Okay, all right, so I'm going to put my hashtag up here. Try to make it a little bigger with my multiples of 6 because my divisor is 6. So I have 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, and 54. Okay. All right, so I've got a total of 33 paper clips now, and I'm taking as many groups of 6 out of it as I can without going over 33 because all I have is 33. Okay, so I'm going to look at my multiples over here, and I want to get as close to 33 as I can without going over. That looks to be 30 because 36 is greater than 33. So I want to go with a 30, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups. Okay, so we're going to say that 33 divided by 6 is 5. Okay, that quotient of 5 is going to go up here, where quotients go, above the middle 3. Okay, so we've divided. Next step is to multiply. Now remember, when you have a 0 for the first digit in your quotient, you're not going to multiply the 0 times the 6. I'm going to start by multiplying this digit, the 5 by the 6. Okay, 5 times 6 is 30. I'm going to place that under the digits that I've underlined, under the 33. Okay, so I've multiplied. Now I need to subtract. 33 minus 30 leaves me with 3. Okay, next step is to bring down. So I need to bring down the 6 and put it right next to that 3 to make the number 36. Okay. Now, next step is to repeat and go back and start dividing. Remember, after we divide first up here, we don't divide from up here anymore. We divide from down here. We're going to divide 36 divided by 6. Okay, so I have 36 divided by 6. Okay, so I'm going to look over here at my multiples. There's 36. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 36 divided by 6 is 6. And I know that because 6 times 6 gives me 36. Okay, so this is a quotient, so it needs to come up here where the quotients go. And I've divided again. Next step is to multiply. So I'm going to take this 6 and I'm going to multiply it by this 6, which we just said was 36. Okay, the 36 that I get from multiplying here goes down here under the 36 that was left over. Now we need to subtract. So I'm going to subtract 36 minus 36, which is 0. Okay, now I've got nothing left to bring down here. Okay, that's my first clue. Second clue, the remainder is smaller than the divisor. Is it? Yes, it is. 0 is less than 6. Number 3, all of the digits in the dividend have a digit above them. Check that. Yes, yes, and yes. Okay, so I am done with the exception of checking with multiplication. So I'm going to take my 56 and I'm going to multiply it times my divisor of 6. 6 times 6 is 36. Carry my 3. 6 times 5 is 30, plus 3 is 33. And we have a match. Okay, so our answer for this problem is 56. Again, remainder 0. Okay, hope you enjoyed.